What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. I promise that it's going to change very soon. In the meantime, though, I think it's time to kick off a very new season of content with something new. I've decided to try to revamp an old favorite, and with PK seeing rising popularity in both the OCG and the TCG, I thought I would take a crack at my own version. So, without me taking any longer, let's get this ball rolling. It's time to get spooky with these phantoms. Let's go ahead and get right into the deck profile. So, as always, I've got the deck right here in front of me, and we're going to just get right into it. We've got 3 Time Thief Regulator, pretty self-explanatory. Rescue Dog, Rescue Robot, whatever you want to call it. This guy's going to summon 2 Time Thieves from your deck. It's very good to get the combo started. Next, we are playing 3 Time Thief Winder. This is your Stratos. It's going to search you out anything that you need from your deck as far as the Time Thief card goes. And on top of that, he can special summon himself by detaching from an XYZ monster, summon himself from the hand. So he's pretty good. Next, we've got 2 copies of Adjuster. Normally, I would suggest running 3, but with how much space there is in the deck, or lack of, you kind of have to make some sacrifices here and there, which made me decide to put Adjuster to 2. Next, I'm only playing the 1 bezel ship. I'm not playing Chronocorder, because 1, if I see it, it's not the end of the world in my opening hand. But Chronocorder also serves no purpose in this version. It's not really an extender or a blocker or anything of that sort. So I just decided to cut it all together to make space. So the 1 bezel ship works perfectly fine. Next, onto the PK stuff. We are playing 3 of the Torn Scales. I do have the ultra rares here from the tins. I sold my secrets because why not? Make some extra money. Torn Scales is your other normal summon. This is an insane card, but not only is he a normal summon, he's also an extender. If you happen to get him into the grave, banish a different PK and then summon him from the grave. Discard a card from your hand so that you can, free your hand of any bricks that you don't need in your hand, as well as send another card from your deck to the graveyard. So by himself, he's really good, and if you summon him late in the combo, he will still do what he's meant to do. We are also still playing the 3 copies of Silent Boots. I decided to continue playing Boots because opening this in your opening hand isn't bad. You can send it off of Rusty, you can send it off of Torn Scales, but if you happen to have another PK monster on the field, which we play quite a lot of, you can just special summon this from the hand so that you can continue playing through certain interruptions. So we play 3 of that. We played the 2 Ancient Cloak. I decided to just stay with the normal 2 ratio because having him in your opening hand as opposed to like Boots really isn't a good thing unless you open him in conjunction with Boots or another better PK like Torn Scales, and at that point you just discard this off of Torn Scales so you can get Boots in the grave. So we play him at 2 because we want to search him out later in the combo, but also, this is pretty good for your grind game when you've already used 1 and you're going into like turns 2, 3, and 4. And then for the rest of the PKs, we're playing the 1 Stained Greaves. This is just to help unbreak your hand and special summon itself. This is a solid extender, as well as the 1 Ragged Gloves. This is just to load your graveyard with more stuff, as well as provide an extra boost for any Dark XYZ monster that uses him as material on the field. Also, don't forget to use the Ancient Cloak effect on field to boost your Rusty. Just saying. Let's not destroy my cards here. Next, we are still playing a pretty small Raid Raptor package. We're playing 2 Raider's Wing, 2 Strangulanius, and the 1 Singing Lanius. The only reason I decided to play these is because this deck is essentially just a Rusty turbo. You want to get Rusty out on the field as quick as you can, and having multiple avenues to that is just really good. I decided to forego the tour guide and the VA packages because I really love this engine. And even though this still plays into Nibiru, so does the tour guide engine, and so does the regular PK stuff. So if you can afford it, I would suggest some crossout designators and main deck Nibiru for that instance. If you can't, then if they got it, they got it. We're also playing the one psychic wielder and one psychic tracker. I currently don't have any emergency teleports, so I'm not playing them. I'm waiting for them to come in the mail, but I wanted to get a video out to you guys as soon as possible, so I decided to just make the deck profile work with what I've got. These are just solid level 3 extenders. If you have a level 3 on board, you can just summon them to the field, and if you open up both, well, then you have your Cherubini, which will just dump a PK to the graveyard for free, pretty much. For hand traps, we are playing 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Pretty self-explanatory, most generic hand trap in the game. Next, we are playing 3 Pot of Prosperity. If you have crossout des, go ahead and just take these out, throw in your crossout designators, and you'll be good to go. We're already well above 40, but you don't want to start dipping into the 46, 47, 50 range. I think we're at 45 right now, which is already well above where I'm comfortable playing, but so far in testing, this is the best and most consistent version that I can come up with, which allows me to also play hand traps so that I can survive going second. For the rest of the spells, we are playing 2 startups. One, because this kind of unbricks our hand if we open up a lot of Time Thief names, and 2, having this engrave, its graveyard effect is semi decent, so if it was a quick effect, it'd be better, but there's that. And then for our 1-of spells, we're playing 1 Reinforcements of the Army, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Soulshave Force, and that's going to wrap up our spells. For our traps, I decided to play 3 Infinite Impermanence, and since I'm only playing the 1 copy of Shade Brigadine, this, I'm not too worried about it conflicting with Shade too much. If I'm going first, then, and I see this in my opening hand, I'm not worried about it. If I'm going second, I'm probably siding out my Shade anyway, so yeah. For the rest of the traps, we're playing the 2 Phantom Knights of Fogblade. This card's just, really good, really insane. Rusty will set 1 to the field, and your boots could potentially search you a second one, so why not? Their negates, they're pretty good. 1 Wing, and this is just an extender. You can use its on-field effect if you want, but it wouldn't really make too much of a difference. 1 Shade, because we're going to be searching it through the combo, and then the 1 Retrograde for your Time Thief engine, and that is going to wrap up your main deck. 45. Now for the extra deck, we are playing only 1 copy of Breaksword. As much as I think you should be playing 2 of this, the extra deck is very tight. Keep in mind that this deck is got almost no space. I've played around with the 60 card version, I've played around the 50, played around with trying really hard to break it down to 40, and I just decided to forego hand traps in that case. It did not work out very well. I also had no draw power. I couldn't really survive going second against most boards. So a lot of sacrifices were made to make this deck playable. I'm not saying it's the most competitive version or the best version. I'm just saying this is how I decided to build it. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. Anyway, continuing. 1 Breaksword. This can be used to help break boards. It can also be used to help go further in your plays and extend a little bit more. Really good, really versatile card. Definitely worth the slot. 1 Levier, and this is just to help you recur some resources, whether it be turn 1, turn 2, or turn 3. This card's really good for helping you recur back your Phantom Knight monsters back onto the field. Being able to use this to loop back your Ancient Cloak so that you can use Ancient Cloak's effect on field to boost your Rusty. Don't forget to do that. Very good. Also gives you 2 bodies on field that you can utilize to go into a Link 2. For our rank 4s, we're playing the 1 Time Thief for Doer. That's pretty self-explanatory. 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, because we're playing a lot of darks. Dark level 4 deck. Pretty good. Also not once per turn, not once per chain. Definitely nice. 2 copies of Force Tricks, and this is just to help us go into our Wise Tricks as well as our Darkwing Beasts, and then you use 1 so you can rank up into a Cyber Dragon Infinity. And that's pretty much it for the XYZs. Okay, for our links, we are playing the one link spider, and this is just so that you can get your, if you get Nibiru'd, you can get the Nibiru token off the field. You could play Parallel Exceed if you want, which will essentially help you play through that. But this is also used to get your Shade Brigandine into the grave so that you can continue your link climbing. I did play around with the Dragoon package a little bit before. I didn't really like it because Dark Magician just loves being in my hand. It's like I'm a Tem incarnate, except I don't cheat. So yeah, I decided to just play this so that we can help potentially play through Nibiru, as well as use our Shade Brigandine as an extra body if we need to link climb and we've already got access to Redoer. For the link 2s, we are playing the One Wise Tricks. Again, pretty self-explanatory. This is going to be one of your bread and butter for your level 4 and rank 4 plays. One Cherubini for your level 3 plays. This just sends a level 3 monster from your deck to the graveyard as cost to increase her own attack. Pretty good. You can't ash it, just keep that in mind. For the rest of your link 2s, you are playing one IP Masquerena. This is so that you can link climb into an Appaloosa, so pretty good. And then one Nightmare Phoenix to wrap up the low links, the link 2s, and the one link 1. Link 3, we are playing Nightmare Unicorn for climbing into Appaloosa, or IP Masquerena to bounce a card off the field. Can't be destroyed by card effects if made with Masquerena, so pretty good. One Rusty, because he's just, best boy. He's really good in this deck, his namesake. He's a Phantom Knight card. And then one Appaloosa to round up the extra deck and keep things at a nice, solid 15 cards. Alright, now that you guys have seen the deck profile, let's go ahead and switch scenes so that we can continue. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider hitting the like button, as it would really help push this video out to other people like you who could also potentially laugh at my bad jokes. Or at least pretend to laugh at my bad jokes to help with my low self-esteem issues.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, do so that you can be a part of the Prisco crew. Slide into that sub button's DMs and hit the notification bell to stay in the loop for when I post new content. And don't forget to join the Discord, where you can be a part of the conversation, link in the description down below. And with that being said, happy Halloween, and as always, happy dueling. Deuces, guys.